And to Media Watch and a news flash, ABC staff they've accepted a very generous offer of more of your money. A lovely 11% pay rise over 3 years, plus a $1,500 bonus. Joining me is Sophie Elsworth, media writer for The Australian. Sophie, this is extremely generous, particularly when the ABC's in crisis talks over the plummeting audiences for radio in Sydney and Melbourne in particular. What was the staff vote to accept this offer?
Well, Andrew, it was put to them in the last few weeks. Did they want to accept an 11% pay rise over 3 years, a $1,500 bonus, and an audit of their racial and gender pay gaps, and also pay progression? They originally wanted an 18% pay rise over 3 years. They've got 11% and the $1,500 bonus. So every ABC employee is about to have a bucket of cash dropped into their wallets, while the rest of many media employees are battling, with their commercial viability. But over at the ABC, it's happy days. Pay rises coming their way.
Well, I reckon if it's a 95% vote to accept the pay offer, then maybe the ABC was too generous. They should have tried for a 60% vote. They could have lowered that offer. But how does it figure when their audiences are plummeting?
Well, it doesn't really matter, Andrew, clearly. I mean, we had a story in The Australian this week that their radio, there's an external group basically hired to come into the ABC to look at why their radio ratings are in free fall. Left-wing bias is, I would argue, greater than ever at the ABC. They're being rewarded for that. Maybe instead of doing racial and gender pay audits, they should do a bias audit and look at their left-wing bias that is plagued throughout the entire public broadcaster. But that is not something they ever factor in, Andrew.